Greetings from Baker's Green Acres. Hi, I'm Mark. Today's the 10th of July, and I have a few things to report. I'll try and keep this short and sweet. As you know, Rodney Stokes was changed out. Yesterday was his last day as the Department of Natural Resources Director, and he leaves there to go over to working on green spaces. So they've given him a new job, and I'm just going to give him a send-off and tell him thanks for all his help, and make a recommendation to him that when you're over there at Green Spaces, you're probably going to get yourself one of these. Because when I was a kid, I was in charge of Green Spaces at my parents' place. Back then, we just had a push mower, but I'm sure they'll get you a better rig than that. The new guy taking over is a guy by the name of Keith Cray. We know lots about him. He was the Department of Agriculture Director, so it was a lateral move. He moved from one cabinet position over to another cabinet position. Rodney Stokes is no longer in a cabinet position. Okay, what we know about him, it's all good so far. He's done a bang-up job over there at the Department of Ag. People like him. He's a smart guy. So we'll see what he's going to do over here. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about is what our next step is, and explain a little bit about that. As I told you last time, our court case is pushed off until October 15th. Some people are speculating now that that was done in efforts to bankrupt us and make us go away. That's not going to work. It was an attempt. It's not going to work. And that's it. I won't say anything more about that other than we have a lot of time to prepare for that court case and do other things. In the meantime, we're going to do what's called a process which is called depositions. All right, and that's where we get to depose individuals from the DNR or MDA or really any of the government organizations. Get them in a room and ask them questions. They are under oath, so they must answer those questions as accurately as they possibly can. The people that we are going to depose are Rodney Stokes, although he's not working there anymore. He still has some answers that we'd like to know. Russ Mason, Shannon Hanna, Anne Frank, and possibly Steve Halstead. Now, these people, we have been involved with this, and they have knowledge that we would like to glean from them, and then we will make that available to you. Now, it's a question and answer type deal, so if there are any questions that you would like us to ask them, please forward those questions to my website, bakersgreenacres.com, and we'll see if we can incorporate those into the program. All right. There's another thing that I have to go over. I've showed you this document before. It's a document that was sent to Ed McBroom. He's one of our senators here in Michigan, and it was sent to him from an outfit called the Agricultural Leaders of Michigan. And they are the leaders of Greenstone Farm Credit Services, Michigan Milk Producers, Michigan Allied Poultry Producers, Michigan Potato Growers, Michigan Pork Producers, Michigan Agribusiness Association, and then probably Michigan Corn. I don't have it on here, but I'm told that they joined up too. Now, what they are urging Senator McBroom to do is allow the declaratory ruling to stand. It says, Agricultural Leaders of Michigan urges you to let stand the state order declaring feral swine an invasive species and banning it from Michigan. To date, 8 states have taken the step, which is not true, because it is the best way to fight an epidemic that endangers agricultural businesses and local jobs and scares old women. Right? First of all, there are no feral swine in Michigan. You know, all this time, and they've produced no evidence that there's feral swine. But these guys have signed on to it, all right? We think they have another agenda. But I want to make something perfectly clear. These guys represent CAFO growers. CAFO growers are concentrated animal feeding operations. All right? It's sometimes used almost like it's a bad word. It isn't. It's another way of performing agricultural processes. We don't do it here. We have a traditional farm. A CAFO way of raising hogs would be you have a huge foundation with a house on top of it. All the manure falls through the floor into the foundation. They keep it in a slurry, and then that manure is spread out on the fields in the surrounding area. And a lot of people don't like it because they smell bad and they don't seem to be really fair to the animals. Hey, it's legal. It's been going on for years. It's another way of farming. A lot of them are run by families just like my family. So, and I even considered it myself at one point, putting in hog houses here when we first bought this farm. But it wasn't for me. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Now these guys represent those growers. And these guys, agricultural leaders of Michigan, they're the ones that are throwing stones at me and saying that my pigs are diseased and that I am causing problems with the environment. So my message is for my CAFO farmer brethren, all right? They're all around me here. I know plenty of them, and I don't have a hard time with them. They don't have a hard time. You know, what do I do that bothers them? I do nothing that bothers them. Maybe take up a little land, but I got low ground because they can't get on it with their big equipment. But what I'm saying to you guys is, don't let these ALM people get between you and me. We are all farmers. We are all in this together, all right? Don't let them divide us. I have no problem with you, and I'm not picking a fight with you guys. I am picking a fight with these guys. These guys are prostituting you, whether you know it or not. You don't need them. They need you. Without you, they have nobody to manage and take money away from. But that's a whole nother story, and you're on your own with that. I don't have to answer to guys like this. But they're throwing stones at me, and the stones that they're throwing are disease, pollution, and threats to the environment and people. All right? You better think about that. They're throwing stones. You know the old saying, if you live in a glass house, you better be careful. These guys are going to get you in trouble, and if I were you, I would be reeling them in post-haste. I'm not done with them. I'm not done with these guys. Not by a long shot. Okay, well that's it. Rodney, I hope you enjoy your new job. Remember, anyone can farm, and I hope you do. Thanks for listening.